What's going on, guys? So today I'm out here at General RV in Michigan, and we are taking a look at this Jayco J-Feather Micro. Now this thing is super cool. There's a lot of things going on here that just looking at it, you may be able to identify. Maybe you're not looking in certain areas to identify it, but we're gonna go over this because I really like what they've done with this J-Feather Micro. Hang tight, I'll be right back. So first off, we're going to take a look at the numbers on this unit. It's going to have a gross vehicle weight rating of 4,700 or 4,870 pounds. It's going to have a cargo capacity of 975 pounds. It's going to ride on a torsion suspension. So that's probably the first big notable upgrade that this thing has, which means it's a higher end, more upscale suspension. And I'll make another video kind of talking about that here in a little bit. You have the ability to go ahead and wire in your cameras on the side, which is really nice. It's prepped for that. I can already see an on-demand water heater. It has a very, very small Schwintek slide out on this side, but that's probably going to be for your dinette area, maybe a living room area. But this thing is really cool. There's a lot going on. From a towability perspective, this is absolutely something you could tow behind a half-ton truck. You could even tow it behind some of your mid-size SUVs that have that 6,000, 7,000 pound tow capacity. But the reason why something like this is really ideal for like a half-ton is because a half-ton to this would be like a 1-ton to a travel trailer, your traditional larger travel trailer. It's going to be overkill. And overkill whenever you're towing a trailer is never a bad thing, especially if you're going through a windy environment and you're fighting sway. So yes, this is something that you could put behind a half-ton truck. It's not overly large. Just be sure though that you have the right half-ton truck. There are some half-ton trucks that probably are too light, won't have the wheelbase, won't have the weight, and they're just not going to perform well towing hardly anything. But behind most modern half-ton trucks, you can probably get away with something like this, no problem at all. I love the stabilizer jacks on it. It's definitely an upgraded stabilizer jack. I can see the sewer hose holder down there as well. This rides on a BAL NXG frame, so this is not your traditional Lippert frame. And the frame is a very engineered design to it. Now, all frames are engineered, but the way they connect this is primarily via huck bolt, putting it together, and then it creates its rigidity once the frame is completely assembled and you throw the box on top of it. I love the fact that they're giving you twin 20-pound propane cans versus a single propane can that you might traditionally see on a smaller travel trailer like this, especially single axle. You have your power front tongue jack, 2 5/16 inch ball, and you have a spot up here that could easily fit a couple of batteries, which is really nice. Plus you have some little LED lights that they've placed in this front area up here. They have this quick drop rock solid stabilizers that I was talking about earlier. I love the fact that they're giving you slam latches. This one happens to be locked, but that's going to be your under storage, kind of a semi pass-through storage. Right here is probably your outside kitchen. Nope, just more storage, but you could easily put a small refrigerator in here because I see a plug there, and that's probably what that's for. But that's a nice setup right here. But yeah, that's probably going to be for a refrigerator. You have that little J port here on the outside, gives you the ability to put in kind of like a receiver with a griddle or grill holder on this side, so you can kind of camp off of this side and cook food if you want, plus your propane connection right there for the grill or griddle. Goodyear Wrangler tires. That is really, really nice, and this is traditionally something you're not going to see on a single axle smaller travel trailer. But the folks over at Jayco work really, really closely with Goodyear, so thankfully you see a lot of Goodyear product on Jayco travel trailers. Under here, you can see your torsion suspension. That's going to be a big one for a lot of folks. A lot of people know that a torsion suspension is considered a significant upgrade over leaf sprung, and it's going to give you an independent suspension feel because each location can rotate separately of the main axle or within the main axle. Your stabilizers are here in the back as well. Off the back over here, you have your ladder to get on the fully walkable roof, plus you have a good size awning with LED light strip. It is prepped for a Furrion wireless backup camera, and you have nice LED lighting all around. Plus I love this diamond plate black kind of rock guard, which is mainly for looks since you're really not gonna have a lot of rocks hitting your RV from the back. You have a 2-inch receiver for an accessory rack, something you might want to place back there to hold your coolers or things like that when you're on the road. It is not meant for towing. You have speakers out here as well. Let's hop inside of this J-Feather Micro 166 FBS. You have your Lippert solid steps to get you inside. Nice friction hinge on the door right here. The door is prepped for all sorts of upgrades like the thin shade, like the screen assist, the screen shot, the really cool little, I guess, protector that you can put in this area right here, but none of it's installed. All right, so stepping inside of this super small trailer, it feels much larger on the inside. It really does. And that's kind of the interesting thing about RVs in general, is oftentimes what you see on the outside isn't a real good representation of what the inside might look like. For instance, you have a full-size sofa in here, and this is going to turn into a bed, but it's a full-size sofa in a trailer this small. So that is kind of crazy. Here at the end, you're going to have a queen-size bed, so it's not a full or a double, it's a queen-size bed. Got a charger right here. You got a lot of storage here on top as well. You got 2 good-sized windows, which I really like. I love the fact that they're putting more windows on these units. You have your TV mounted in place, and it's finished off really well. It doesn't look like an afterthought. You may actually even have some storage behind it, so let's see how we do this. I think we release it right there, and you do. You have a good amount of storage actually behind the TV, plus some storage above it as well. That's actually really creative. It's spring-loaded as well. And then you have 2 drawers right here, good space for wardrobe. I love how they've utilized this. They created this really tall kind of fixture here for the TV, but it also gives you space for your clothes, which is really nice. And then you have more space up there. Plus, you have this net that blocks off this area beneath the bed for additional storage. And then again, you're gonna have that pass-through storage that was locked. And then under here is that outside compartment that I said was for probably a refrigerator. 3-burner cooktop, again, something this small traditionally has 2, but I love the fact that the kitchen actually has drawers, and it has 3 of them. So again, if you don't have drawers in a kitchen, it's probably not a real kitchen. You have thermofoil right here. Under here, you have a stainless steel undermount sink. Again, this is something you traditionally don't see in an RV this size. You typically are going to get a plastic sink. And then you have a nice sprayer that actually pulls out. This is just a decorative wallboard. There's no actual dimension to that. Then in here, you got more storage under the sink. All magnetic holds, but it is not soft closing drawers or cabinets. It would be nice though, right? I mean, having something this small would be a big surprise for you to walk in and realize, wow, they actually thought about that and they put extra features in here. Nice struts to hold those up. Those are soft closing, so that actually is really nice. Up top, you have your Coleman Mach air conditioning system. Thermostats over here. You're going to have solar on the roof. I don't know exactly how much, but you're going to have a PWM Go Power solar charge controller in here. You got your power plus your USB right here. I thought that was a 12 volt for a second. Coming around this way, you have your Envision 12 volt refrigerator freezer. Fridge is on the top, freezer is on the bottom, plus you have some more storage on the side and more storage on the bottom, which is really nice. Okay. So your bathroom is actually a really good sized bathroom for this size of trailer. You know, this is a plastic toilet. It would have been cool to have a porcelain foot flush toilet in here. Again, little things that they could have done to really make this feel spruced up a bit. Nice corner shower though. It's a really good sized bathroom. Again, it's surprisingly large for such a small single axle Jayco travel trailer. Then you have more thermofoil countertop in here, undermount stainless steel sink, nice cornered shower. Good sized medicine cabinet. This feels like a legitimate, you know, bathroom. This feels like the same size bathroom you might get in an RV that's, you know, quite a bit larger than this. So that is really nice. But overall, what do you guys think? This thing is really, really cool. I mean, I could absolutely see this with a family of maybe 3, right? You might be able to squeeze 2 small kids on here, or maybe 4 like really small kids. But the reality is this is mainly a couple's unit. You can take this to a lot of places. Torsion suspension's great. The stabilizer, all of that stuff's really good. You have a lot of amenities that make this feel a little bit more upscale than your traditional low-cost single axle travel trailer. And I think they've executed well. But drop a comment below. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.